This conference will now be recorded.
Sounds like we're online now. Patricia, do you mind calling roll and seeing everybody is here?
Okay, so this is a meeting of the Lago Vista Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee. It's a November 11th, 2020, 12 p.m. meeting. And David White.
Here.
Karen Van Ness.
Here.
Danny Carroll. Irene Carrillo.
Here.
Chad
Here.
Pelizar. Okay. Tricia Nixa here. And staff present are Chris Mobley, our park board, our park manager.
Super, thank you so much. The minutes were sent out from our last meeting. Did everybody have a chance to look at those?
Yeah.
That was October 14th.
I have a motion to approve those minutes.
I motion to approve the minutes from October 14th.
Karen makes a motion, Irene seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Right, no opposed. Thank you very much. I'm gonna turn it over to Chris now, and Chris is going to give us an update on the status of the report of our park, and then Chris and I were emailing earlier this morning on a kind of something that they want our feedback on. So Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you, and if you want me to share those slides with the Keep Texas Beautiful, I can do that as well.
Yeah, I'd like for you to do. Eric is wanting some input from you guys. I just got those today, so I've got them printed out. I think he just wants some input. It's a grant, $135,000 grant, TxDOT grant, to have an improvement in one of their areas. I just sent that to David before the meeting started, so he can get that to you. And just looking for some input on that. Where we're at with the park, I guess since we've met, we've named the park. It's Lago Vista Sunset Park, which
Yay.
Yes, which actually,
Oh, good.
yeah, I didn't realize that that area of the park was once Sunset Ranch, so sort of makes sense. I kind of like it. The bigger thing about that is I was able to, when they're working on our monument sign, I was able to now say we've got a name for the park, so we're incorporating that into the monument sign. I've talked with Josh, and we're going to do a like a Chamber of Commerce opening of the park. I can't invite the public and have 200 or 300 people out there, but we can do something that officially opens the park, and then we can start using the trail and the volleyball court and some of those things now. So I can't organize leagues just yet to have a lot of people there, but we can get it open. People are going in there all the time right now. Probably.
Do you have a date for the chamber opening? Is there a set date? No,
I don't. I've talked with her, probably 2 or 3 weeks back, and she said, just give me a heads up when this is closer. They're working on production on the sign right now. We went out and checked out the materials. We've got a little look at what the graphic would look like. We haven't nailed it down, so I don't think we're that far off. I got a call from the volleyball people today, say, when can I start using the volleyball court?
Great. That's awesome.
Good.
We've got Chris is about halfway done with the scent garden. I took Irene and Ochoa down there, and that's going to be a really nice little element. We're about halfway through the trail right now. We took Irene and Ann down there, and we used them as guinea pigs on, hey, what about this and what about that? And some of the suggestions that they had, we're working on right now. Wonderful. Irene, one of the big ones we're working on that crossing. We're going to make that.
Yes.
Yes.
I sat on my butt at one point.
But it is a very impressive trail. I'm real proud of what it's going to look like. I think it's going to be great. Ann and Irene think that a lot of people will be using it now.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we
How
are,
long is the trail?
we haven't been able to time it because we're still just laying it out, but we're thinking it's going to be about an hour walk.
Nice.
So, and it'll circle the whole park, the 20 acres. So, a lot of different things in it. Chris was out there 8 hours yesterday, still getting the trail ready. So, we're excited about that. Playground, I think there are 3 bids have come in to build not the playground, the restroom. 3 bids to build a restroom. I've met with 3 different people about getting some costs for a playground. And Irene, I do have, I think I told you, I do have a catalog of that group that I met with last Thursday. So we're getting some costs because I think that's the next thing that we need to do. I think if we get a playground in there, a restroom, and a trail, a scent garden, we're starting to have the semblance of a park where people can come to it. So just
Chris,
working on that right now.
Question, was there any handicap accessible playground equipment in that catalog?
Yes.
There is.
Yes,
Okay.
I got it right next to me here. And next time you're around, just come look at it and tell me what you think. And
Okay.
I'm also having them give me bids right now to replace the playground at the upper sports complex where those ball fields are and the pool is. That probably needs to be replaced also. So we're blowing and going out there. We gotta have the chop. We've chopped 1 tree down. That's it. The rest are just branches and everything, which is pretty good to be able to maneuver that. So we're moving on that, and I will get with you guys when we can set a date on when we're going to have that chamber opening. The chamber opening.
As far as the costs for the restroom and the playground stuff, is there a certain amount of money allotted for each thing?
No. Oh, there are for the restrooms. The city council approved $360,000 for the restrooms, but part of that also is that the septic system for the restroom. So it won't be just specifically the building. It'll be for the restroom and then get the water there and out of there. So playground, there isn't any number attached to it right now. I'm just going out and getting ideas from some of these playground companies what they'd like to put out there. So
have you gotten any idea from the city council what they're willing to let us have for the playground?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Chris, a question. What is your employee's name? Chris, what's his last name?
Williams.
Williams, yeah. Okay. I remember now. Thank you.
Yeah, he started full-time at the beginning of October, and if you go down to the park, you'll see him. He's got it looking fantastic.
Okay,
really
great.
good guy, really hard worker.
Now, that's great news, man. This is really taking shape. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Is Dave Street, if he's able to hear us, Dave, if you can give me permission to share my screen, I can show the committee some slides. Thank you. So I'm going to let Chris describe this, but this is part of the $135,000 grant that that we're talking about. I have 2 slides here. I'll show this one and let Chris describe it, and then I'll show the second one.
Well,
So it's for a turning lane and a parking lot. Is that what it's for?
I just got this morning, so I'm not real from this. This is the first I've seen it also, but it's a $135,000 grant. It's on Text.property, and it's a beautification project. I don't even know the location of it, but I had to get my magnifying glass to figure out what some of the elements were. I don't know if you guys can read the real small print.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I thought this was part of, I was like Irene, I thought this was part of the, our park, where that parking lot was part of ours, but it sounds like this is a completely different location.
Yeah, I'm trying to find through the email what the location is. I don't know. I'm going to have to get more information back from you guys. Like I said, I just got a hold of this at 11 o'clock this morning. So I know Eric's wanting some input on folks. Let me try to dig deeper and find out a little bit more. But you can see what some of the elements are. And it's just, you know, do you have questions about it? Do you have comments about it? One of the things I sort of look at when I look at these things is if you're inviting people out to a beautification project or piece of property, are there restrooms too? I mean, doesn't look like there's restroom facility either there. So
Yeah.
I wish I could speak more about it, but I just found out about this at 11 o'clock this morning. So.
Let me see if I can share another screen with you. Maybe that will give us a little bit of.
It says it's on 31.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
on 1431.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where.
It looks like it's parking for trailheads. Is that right? So this will connect into
Yeah,
trails
it says
leading to the park.
Granite
Is it
Trail.
on, is
Crushed
it on the
granite.
same side?
Yeah, it looks like a
Same side
trailhead.
as-
Yep. Yeah, it's on the same side as the park. It's just, I don't know how far past or before the park on the left it is. And it looks like it's trying to tie into a set of trails. I'm assuming, so there's the Canyon Conservancy trails, and there's our trails we're tying into from our park. Are these supposed to tie into those?
Yeah, I don't know. And in the upper right-hand corner of the circle, look like there's buildings and things there.
Yeah,
So I wish I could identify more. Like I said, I just got this morning. So
Yeah.
Well, did someone apply for this? Do you know?
I
This
think
grant?
the city did apply through Keep Texas Beautiful. And it's
okay.
$135,000, but it needs to go in a TxDOT corridor. So
Mm-hmm. Is
Oh,
it some kind of an overlook kind of idea? Maybe it must have a
There's
view, right?
gazebo, bench, swinging branch,
Yeah. Yeah, it just mentions what they are.
garden, wall.
a 5-foot
Vertical.
crushed granite path. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Then maybe it's an
Terrace
overlook from that
landscape.
location.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you a question, Chris. Is it standard now to put those EV charging stations in?
No, I think that's just something that we're probably needing to get with the times a little bit.
So there's 11 to 12 parking spots, and
Yeah.
looks like there are going to be 2 charging stations there.
For our electric cars. I don't have one yet.
Yeah, me neither. They're coming though. At least hybrids
Yeah.
will be more popular.
Yeah, I had one.
Yeah, maybe it's some kind of an overlook thing given the location. I don't know, which would be kind of nice.
What might be
Yeah.
helpful for me is if you guys just if there's a list of questions that you need before you can start to make an assessment on that, let me know like where it is, all that type of stuff. Like I said, I just wanted to get it out to David today. I just found out at 11 o'clock today, so.
Well,
So let me ask you a question, Chris. On the back end, it says a dry stack vertical something
Yeah.
wall. What is that?
That would
that's
be one of the
escape
questions I need to find out for you guys.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, that would be a question.
wall.
Anything
There's a
on the,
gazebo.
I know what I got to go what a gazebo is, and I know what a granite path is. So crushed granite path.
Oh, that's funny. Handicap parking.
So
Yeah,
Huh.
that's good.
let's just say our first comment is, this is great. This will add to our city, and we truly appreciate it. I mean,
And where is it?
yeah, but you know, the location would be one question. The dry stack vertical wall would be another one. You see the little dot there? It looks like that's a well.
So
Mhm.
those are plants. Those are plants, David.
No, in the top right.
Orchids.
Oh, a wall. That's a
Oh,
wall.
oh,
That's a
okay,
wall. Okay, got it. My bad. It's hard to
Oh,
read that.
yeah, it is.
So,
Oh, yeah, the top right. It's more wall. Hmm.
I was just wondering for sure. It's on the same side of the street as our park, not
it
on the
looks
opposite.
like it.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, it appears to be because we have the compass in the lower left-hand corner.
We have
Yes.
It
what?
appears it would be.
Well, wouldn't west be to the left? Let's see. So Marble Falls would be towards the west. So is it
Yeah,
the
the way it
side?
curves around though, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. We got,
don't-
I,
oh,
I, I
No,
don't
is that-
remember seeing any buildings on the left side when you go west, like here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Going west, it's on the right side of the road.
From what I
That would-
recall before, the only thing I remember about this is it was going to be either leaving Lago Vista or just arriving into Lago Vista, sort of that, you know, you're now, so it's going to be either end. If you'll just shoot me off your questions and let me get you some more information on it,
Okay.
because I mean, I just think $135,000 is something good for the city to, you know,
Yes.
Yeah.
so we'll just go
It
from
sounds
there.
it's a beautiful. Yeah, it sounds like it's a beautification of the road along the roadway.
Yeah,
mhm.
and it's text
Little
dot
bit.
property, so
I see.
yeah.
Okay.
If you guys want, I'll email you, Chris, with our questions.
Oh, absolutely. I
Okay,
need to know more.
yeah, I'll do that because I need to email you anyways, just to maybe schedule time to see the park when it's
All right.
That'd be great.
convenient. Okay.
Yeah, one other question is who's going to maintain that?
Good question, Patricia.
Well, maybe it's that club that's the beautification group, or I forget their name. I'm
ALVB,
gonna,
Well,
yeah,
but maybe it'll be, turned over to the city. So find out who's going to maintain it, who will be responsible to maintain that.
Okay, that's a good question.
That's a good question, because it sounds like we have a lot of work to do at our park, and this would just take time away from Chris to have to work on this. So,
yeah, those are
Okay.
always the Trojan horses when somebody gives you something.
yeah, exactly.
There's always a downside of every gift.
So, Chris, are we ready to go to the chamber and start looking for sponsors to put maybe some things in the outfield for our baseball fields, or can we start selling sponsorships?
Oh, yeah, I would wait until then we have a council liaison named. You know, that will be January when one of the new council, it might not be the new council, one of the council members will become a parks liaison. So I'd wait till then, and then, you know, because actually, as we've talked before, this committee is driven by council, not specifically by staff when it comes to just direction.
Okay.
So I wouldn't want to make a decision right now and then it either be changed or someone else has a different idea. In January, we will have a new council liaison.
Okay, great. So this committee can also decide to schedule an event if we want a fundraising event. are we ready to do that? Knowing that it
Well,
might take a while
Once we get the sign up and we did get the council to, I mean, the chamber to open it up, then we're ready to do that. There'll still be some social distancing and some stuff that we'll have to work through. But like the POA is doing an event on Saturday, and they're just working, I don't know if it's arts and crafts fair or something I thought I saw.
Yeah, at the annual thing we do at the
They're
campground.
working, it's just we got some things we got to work through.
Well, I think what we should do is ask the city to, when after we've had the opening, ask the city to put a nice big, announcement in the water bill and tell people that the park is now open, the public is invited to go and, use the volleyball court, and the hiking trails and so forth. And, just in sort of an invitation to the public to go investigate it and use it.
There's still some limits on the amount of people, right, Chris?
Well, it'd be like any park, isn't it? Sort of
there's limits on organized events, but
yeah.
if I wanted to take my family out, I can.
Yeah, hike
with
around.
my family and go.
I think
Like
that's the message.
Are open now.
Yeah, that's the message we need to let folks too. And that's why I was talking with Irene about this. We're trying to get drop-in daily use on there. So, hey, come out and start to use it. I just can't organize a football league out there and have 60 people get gathered. But they can still start to use the park.
Right.
Go through the scent garden, use the trail, start to use some of the amenities there. Hopefully when we get a playground, you got a playground in it, and then we got a restroom, and we're starting to, I don't know, I can't predict how long they'll be limiting this.
What is the status on getting water out there?
We'll get the water for the restrooms through septic. That will be, they've actually started that. As far as when potable water is out there and electricity and all that, I don't know.
Are the irrigation systems working?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're sprinkling the fields, and that's the only part that has,
Yeah.
in between area there's not, but the fields are sprinkled. Yeah.
And they're coming along good because we've had such a dry.
Field looks fantastic. It's dormant, but it looks great.
Good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it sounds almost like we're doing a bit of a soft opening first. Like Patricia was saying, put the announcement in with the water bills and any of the other mechanisms the city uses to get the word out on stuff, and invite people to go and check it out, start using it. And then we'll have maybe more of a grand opening a little bit later. Chris, when you think the timing's better?
Yeah. I just don't want to be the one that has an event out there and it messes everything up for the community. I want people to use it, but I don't want to be the one that, Parks director had an event and had 200 people out there and COVID just went nuts. We've been patient for so long. We just got to, let's just see it through. But as soon as I can get something going, I want to get that park open now.
And the city council at the meetings, they have their virtual meetings and then they publish them and people can watch the meetings. They could announce it that, it's now open for public use.
Yeah, the plan is, so the volleyball people want to get together and play, well, go ahead. It's not organized. They just, and start to have people. I approached the fitness, Anytime Fitness, and I talked to them about doing some like Tai Chi classes or some classes out on the soccer field, some outdoor classes and everything. So just get people to start to use it and not violate COVID. Yeah.
So Karen, what's the thought of the POA for having their event? Are they worried about that, or is it all going to be outside? And
Yeah, we normally have this annual arts and crafts event every November at the K Oaks Clubhouse. So it's typically an indoor event, but this year we're having it at the POA campground. So we can keep everything outside and the booths will be spaced and we'll promote masks and social distancing and whatnot. So we didn't want to not have the event, but we wanted to try to be as safe as we could with it.
yeah, I kind of have that feeling in philosophy. I want to be extremely careful. I want to be vigilant of everything. But what are we, 6 months into this pandemic now, and I feel like we gotta get out, especially if our events can be outside. If we can be outside and if we have a grand opening or whatever, and it's at the park, and we're all 10 to 12 feet away from each other. I mean, sooner or later we gotta start moving forward on.
We were at our grandson's flag football game at Georgetown Community Center, and there were a lot of people there watching those games. And I mean,
Yeah.
people they're going to have to just kind of self-monitor, themselves. And
Yeah, and I think
they were having the games, organized games.
And I think people, maybe, right or wrong, they feel a little bit more comfortable being outside.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you still wear a mask, but if you're outside, you have a little bit of comfort level, and pretty much everything we want to do is outside.
Yeah.
I hear you, Chris. I know you want to be cautious, but I would encourage us to at least think of starting some leagues. Even if we start advertising it now for January or for February or something, just to let them know that we're in business. We're here.
Do we have to have bathrooms before you have league type things? Is there any kind of rules or anything? No?
Well, something just flies in my face when you open up a new park and it's porta potties.
Yeah.
Just, but we have a porta potty down there right now. And then we have bids on building the bathroom. It's just, it's hard to invite people out to the park if you don't have a restroom.
Yeah.
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 It's so far from town.
Yeah, I agree. As I say, there were a lot of parents at those football games, and they all brought their chairs. I mean, it was really nice, but they do have restrooms.
So Chris,
Outdoor.
what's the timeline on the restroom?
I don't know. I just know that I heard that we had 3 bids on that. So we are progressing. Money was allocated starting October 1. I can find out where we're at with that and let you guys know.
Who decides that? Is that the city council or the engineers, or who's handling that?
It'd be the city engineer. That's still his project. Yeah. But David, I'm with you. It's just, I go out there and go, oh my gosh, people, they want to use, there's people going out there already. They're flying their drones out there. One day we had a father bring out a couple of his kids and they just ran around the soccer field. They weren't even kicking a ball. They were just getting their energy out, running around. And that's what should be happening. I got kids jumping the fence, hitting baseballs. And Chris asked me if I needed to do something about it. I said no, because I was one of those kids that jumped the fence and hit baseballs with
I was
my brothers. I understand people need to get out. I really do. And I want people to see it because it's a beautiful park.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't mind pushing things a little bit. I kind of pushed this summer when I kept the pool open. But the pool was exempt from that, from governor's order. So I took advantage of it, and we had a very successful pool season.
So could you explain where we are with
Maybe we could ask the city to, maybe you could ask the city to put a little update, just an update on the park in the water bill. Just like you gave us today, here's what we've done and here's what's, being planned, and
Right.
newsletter update. I don't know.
Well, where we're at is we are at 90%.
Who does that? Who's in charge?
That would be Meredith, yeah. We're at 90, we're about to review the
Meredith,
90% done plans for phase 2. So we're, that should be within the, matter of fact, when I came in this morning, I saw emails about it. That should be within the week when we're gonna meet to discuss, the, so we're nailing everything down. Right now, they're saying end of late spring, early summer for completion of phase 2.
Okay.
And phase 2 will add another volleyball court. It'll add 2 more fields, and we will curb and blacktop the parking. That's about what phase 2 is doing right now.
Now, I know you said you need more parking.
Oh, we're
How
gonna
is that?
blacktop the parking with that one too, huh?
Parking will be something that we'll need to look at when we have the 4 fields. I believe the parking that we have won't be adequate if you're trying to run 4 fields at once, and then a soccer field, and then 2 sand volleyball courts, and hopefully a lot of the daily use that's just out there because people want to be out in the park.
So will that be covered in phase 2 as an additional thing, or is that going to be pushed into phase 3, new parking?
The restrooms weren't even part of phase 2, but we got, Josh said, hey, look, you got to have restrooms out here. So that wasn't even originally part of phase 2. So we're moving along. We're not moving as quick as I'd like to, but we're getting there.
Great. Well, I sound like a broken record, but I just encourage people to go out there. Irene, I'm so glad you're out there, and it's really a beautiful park, but the location of it just adds so much beauty to it out there in the hill country. So
Chris and I are available to take anybody out. We enjoy getting comments from folks on what we're doing and everything. We've been putting a lot of work into it. So,
Chris, I've been posting on different Lago Vista Facebook pages about the park. I don't know if you saw the pictures that I took when I went on your tour.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. Yeah. I try to stay off of Facebook. I don't know.
Good for you.
I really just.
Well, that's good. That's
anybody's that concerned.
That was a good idea.
Doing, but.
well,
Yeah, it's a good way to publicize it though.
Okay.
I'm not on Facebook either, but it's the city, I know, get a lot of good updates and info through the Facebook page and also.
Yeah.
okay, so
Karen, whenever you want to go out, I'll go.
Okay, yeah, I just emailed Chris our questions and then to go ahead and schedule. So maybe check your schedule, Chris, and see what might work.
Shoes.
Yeah, definitely.
So, ladies, since we're on the call, I'll reach out to Danny and to Chad after this. But is this a good time? And during the day is a good time. I know Chad is not able to really kind of meet during the day, so we might want to consider the evenings. I will tell you, evenings are a little bit more difficult for me, but I can definitely make it happen. What are y'all's thoughts?
Yeah.
I can do this if you stay on Wednesdays. I usually try to not schedule myself to work on Wednesdays.
So would you be opposed to the evening, Irene, as well, or is?
Oh no, evening is great.
Okay.
So I would have a conflict because our POA board working sessions they were second Thursday of every month, and we've moved them to second Wednesday of every month in the evening. So now I would have a conflict since we're on the same day. I could do like a Tuesday evening or Thursday evening if we want to shift them. I don't know if those days work for you guys though.
Problem. Now that we're doing virtually, we can definitely shift the days.
Yeah, I would schedule.
Yeah, I think we should try to have them.
Okay.
I would schedule.
So I think we ought to have them in the
and then as your city council liaison came in, it might be important for him, who's supposed to be running everything when the appropriate time is and everything.
Yeah,
I'll have to ask.
yeah, we will do that whenever he gets here, but for December, we'll go ahead and schedule it since we don't have a liaison appointed to us at this point. Would y'all like to do,
Chris, have you got people to serve on this committee? You know,
Have I what?
Chris,
Yes.
have they had any new applicants to serve on the committee?
Again, I haven't seen those. I know that they're still looking for
Are you-
members. That's why they extended the deadline until the 19th. But I can check because I actually council will appoint those.
Okay.
So I think I really have to wait
Right.
until the 19th to see what's going on. But
Okay.
I encouraged a gentleman that I took out on the tour of the park to put his application in. So.
Good. Well, I will certainly continue until next month, and then I'll help with fundraising
okay.
for sure. I'm going to commit to.
Sure. So the
Great.
next, our final meeting of the year would be Tuesday, December the 8th. Tuesday, December the 8th is
Okay.
that way.
At
Karen,
what
we'll
time?
have it in the evening so Karen won't have a conflict.
Okay,
Okay.
6:30?
It's 6:30. Y'all, let's do 6:30. Would that be okay?
Yep.
I
You want me to
will.
set that up with Dave?
I'll set
or
that up
Zoom?
with Dave. I'll send an email
Right.
out to everybody. I'll send an email to Chad and to Danny as well. Make sure they're aware of that. Any final thoughts from anybody?
Okay. I've got it.
Good, folks. Thank y'all so much.
I just would like to see something go out to the general public. I would just like to see something go out to the general public about the progress at the park. Because I'm sure they'd like to know. So maybe Meredith could put a little blurb
Is that something
in the
Meredith,
water bill.
or does she actually just format it? I mean, do we write it and submit it, or how does that work?
I can get with her and put something out. I just it'd be nice if I had a date when I said this, something that's letting them know this is when we're going to have the chamber set up, or.
Yeah, okay, well, that's fine. Wait until you have a date for the opening.
Or maybe it's just progress. We're working on this and, that type of thing. So they know we're not just sitting around and waiting and not doing anything. So maybe it's a progress. We're building the scent garden and we're working on the trail, and bathrooms have been budgeted for, that type of thing.
Just an update on progress, and
Yeah.
maybe, and people, just inviting people to come out and view it.
Yeah, I can't
don't know.
do that now because it's not open, but
Okay.
But yeah, a progress report, that'd probably be the best way just to do it. Let them know we're working hard. It's looking
Right.
good.
Oh, whatever you think.
Yeah.
David, I was wondering about the fundraising. What are we raising funds for right now? Are we selling bricks or anything? What are we doing?
Well, we're not officially doing anything yet, but once we start doing stuff, we're raising money for, I would say, the extras for the park. For example, the lighting. Chris has mentioned a couple of times that it just opens up a whole new opportunities if we had lighting out there. So a lot of our fundraising can go for getting lighting on the soccer field, on the baseball fields, and maybe even on the volleyball courts. That would be great. So I think that's probably our first goal is to, when the time comes, maybe get an idea from Chris what that would cost to get all that installed and get a scoreboard. We want a scoreboard. I want to try to find a big sponsor for a scoreboard and get a signature sponsor for that as well. So I think those two are our priorities from a fundraising standpoint. And if we sell bricks,
Please.
if we sell bricks to kind of pave the driveway, or maybe that money just goes into the fund to get the lights and the scoreboard.
Do we have any funds yet for the fundraising?
No, not yet.
Okay.
That's why I was saying I think we're ready now that people can see the park. I think we're ready to start doing something. If it's a fun run, if it's a bricks, or I think now we're at a point where we can start now as a committee start putting on events, putting on fundraising events, and that's kind of what I want to reach out to.
I thought there was an event we did sell bricks previously to some people. What? No.
No, we talked about it. But we haven't actually.
No.
We got Patricia.
We have a
Patricia
vendor, we have samples.
Yeah.
I'm hearing from that company. I mean, they have all kinds of things to help you sell them. They have all kinds of literature to put out, and they'll help you, sell them, or, sell them. But it would be under the name of Friends of the Park, right?
Right.
Friends of the Park?
Okay.
And one thing you might want to
Uh-huh.
consider if we're talking about doing like scoreboards and must-go lighting is, I got to get electricity out there before you can do either one of those two.
Yeah.
I mean, my suggestion might be a playground might be, because that's something that people would probably want to donate to, because it's a playground, it's for the kids, and then that doesn't require the lighting. The area is already cleared where it is. I've got some bids. I can get a playground can be
Yay.
30,000 to 200,000. I think it'd make a huge
Yeah.
impact on that park. That's my 3 cents worth, and that's all you get.
I go
that
with
makes sense. It's something we don't have to wait on for the electricity.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
as we
Yeah,
discussed
immediate
before,
impact.
it's good to have a specific thing that we're raising money for, like that within the park. And it doesn't mean we couldn't raise money later for stuff like scoreboards or other things like that. This would just be our initial effort, I guess.
Yeah,
I was hoping too that lady that was elected to the city council knows how to do requesting grants or something. I was hoping she would know how to do something for the park. She writes grants. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Is it Shalane?
Marion.
Yeah, Shalane.
Marion.
Yeah.
Shalane. Mhm. Yeah.
Well, she might be
I
the
don't know.
liaison, but I don't know how that's picked. I just know in January's meeting, we'll have it and we'll get
Yeah.
going.
Okay.
So
Okay.
David, when you're thinking fundraising, what can we be doing or helping out with?
Well, what I'll do is this committee spent a lot of time over the last year and a half developing some fundraising material. I'm the one who put it together in different categories and stuff. I'll bring that out. I'll put that back on the agenda for the next meeting, and we can I'm with you. I think a playground would be great, but I mean, when we make the big ask, we need to, these are the things. Playground maybe being number one, but we want to ask. We want to be a big park, a big city park. So just list several things, and then if we can get Dell Corporation or Coca-Cola or Pepsi to do the scoreboard, I don't want to turn down that opportunity to do that. So
Right.
Yeah, makes
Corporate
sense.
sponsor.
yeah. So
I got Dr. Pepper to sponsor my scoreboards at the last place because we sold Dr. Pepper products out of the concession stand.
Good.
That's how we do it. That's all.
Work together, absolutely.
I
It
say,
was-
yeah,
it
get,
was
I mean, and
go to Braun Homes, Anotamine,
You know-
Anotamine, however you pronounce that name,
Yeah.
any of the other big businesses
Yeah.
out in Lago,
but
working in Lago.
also we've got big businesses north of Austin here, like
Yes.
Well, I've already talked to Spectrum about internet.
coming in. So, you
We're interested.
know, and Tesla company, there'll be employees working, moving. I'm sure.
Yep.
You have
Yeah.
what? I didn't hear you.
Well, thank you all so much.
I didn't hear you, Chris.
Oh, I was just talking about, I've met with Spectrum. I don't know if I took Irene up there, but above the soccer field, there's a nice area there where my vision is to have a pavilion and have internet access. And you can go out there on your lunch break and whatever. And what we do have at the park is we have the most beautiful views around. And someone sitting up there, having internet
Yes.
access out there, just enjoying things, I think would be, they were very interested, but I got to get electricity. There's other things, other steps I've got to take before I even get internet. So, but I'm just working on trying to get some cost to
Yeah.
these things so we have an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, great idea.
Well, we appreciate
Really good.
all your work.
Yeah, very much so.
Yes.
Thank
I'm
you.
having a blast. I just wish I could just use it more.
Well, we're about to turn the corner. I really think we're going to be able to do it here soon. I hope so.
I think by spring it will be. I think people will say that's enough. I need
I
to,
agree.
I need to watch my kids play sports and I need to do these things. And
Yeah, I think people are going to be cautious probably for the next 45 to 60 days because it's coming the winter time and flu
Yeah.
season. But
Mhm.
we're gonna get tired of the flu too, and then it's gonna be springtime. And we gotta get outside. We gotta start playing soccer and stuff.
Get your flu shots.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Shots.
Well, we've had,
As I say, they're
based on
doing-
direct experience. We've had good success, I think, with the football season. My son's on the JV team, but I haven't heard of any major outbreaks or
Good.
issues. They've had a couple kids here and there who had exposure or whatnot and had to stay home, but it's worked out really well. So obviously the outdoor sports, I think maybe you're right, Dave. We're getting close where we can really promote
I bet we'll have
teams
spring
coming out
baseball
there.
and softball. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And just people have to, wear a mask and respect the distance and everything and be careful, not be idiots about it. And I think we'll be okay. That's a big if, but.
Patricia, did you have something?
Definitely. Other
You're breaking up, Patricia.
cities are doing it. So, I mean, they're having the leagues. So,
Yeah. Well,
oh,
Chris,
sorry. I said other towns are having league.
Yeah, I think there's a delay in Patricia's.
Yeah, I can't
signal
hear
and
you,
stuff.
Patricia.
So, well, ladies, thank you, Chris. Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry.
I'll get a reminder out for our end of the year final meeting in December. But thank y'all so much, and I think we're about to start hitting the ground doing some exciting things. So, thank
Great.
y'all again.
All right.
Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.